big crowd here in Father Tierney Park in Ballyshannon for the second live stream today from the Electric Ireland Challenge Cup finals. This one, the Corn Jerome O'Leary Cup final, and the crowd in from Sligo and Tyrone, as you can see, for this game. And we are blessed today on the 1st of June with sensational sunshine, and no better place to be in the world than Donegal for that, and to watch a bit of hurling on an unbelievable playing surface here for hurling. And Paul Sievers is with me, and Paul, I'm sure you would echo all that.
Echo all that, Jerome. Good afternoon. Yeah, brilliant occasion. You know, the pitch is in absolutely magnificent condition. It's like a snooker table out there. The weather is gorgeous, and there's no one in the stand, hardly a couple of people, but a great crowd here on this side, basking in the sunshine, hoping for a great game of hurling.
I wouldn't have thought you'd have found such a good surface for hurling in Ballyshannon or in Donegal. It might have had to go to somewhere like Burt maybe, but to have this here and what they've done on this pitch the last couple of years is unbelievable. Yeah,
you would. Like, there's good hurling in Donegal too, Jerome. You know, I think they're in Crow Park later on this evening in the Nicky Racker Cup final. So hurling, I know the footballers are going well with Jim McGuinness. Jimmy's winning matches, but the hurlers are doing their bit too. And of course, you know, every ground around the country, you know, with the money that's pumped in, pitches are at an all-time level. The standard of pitches now is just, and the weather, the way it has gone, it makes the pitches, you know, they're lovely and green. And I'm sure it's fit for an All-Ireland final, that pitch out there.
It was cut yesterday, and the surface is so solid for hurling. You know, the ball will bounce truly here. Although I noticed in the first game when it bounced, it didn't go too far on the bounce, but it was just perfect for hurling. It's a true surface for that kind of game, and they've another couple of pitches here as well. Of course, it's a Pronto pitch, and they were telling me earlier as well they got sand for this, but it was from Lough Neagh.
Yeah.
They had to get a particular sand from there. So, like, we're in Donegal and you think they don't have to go far to get sand, but they got a particular type of sand from there, and they spent a lot of time and expertise in getting this right, and you see the benefits of it today. And of course, the footballers all want to play in it too, but it's great to see a hurling game of this stature being played here as well, and the players getting to be able to play on this snooker table.
Well, that's it, like, and you know, the mechanics of a pitch now, you know, years ago you'd see clubs and places doing up pitches, and then 2 years later that to do them again because the wrong sand went in or the wrong drainage or whatever. But it might be taking a little bit longer to get the pitches right, but when they are right, they're right for good. And as you say, we don't see an awful lot of ground hurling nowadays. Awfully back in the day we're a great county for it, but that pitch out there would definitely be suited to ground hurling. I don't expect to see much of it today, but as you said, what a magnificent stadium it is here at the moment.
The two captains went in for the toss there, and there is a breeze when you're down at pitch level, and it's kind of going towards the scoreboard over in the corner to our left, so it's kind of going that way, and it is quite significant. I didn't realise in the first game, but it is quite significant, and it's going towards the scoreboard, which, by the way, I'm going to give you another Ulster angle here. It's from Casement Park. They got it in Casement Park because it hasn't been used the last 10 years or so, and they thought, well, we'll buy that and we'll bring it down. So they brought it down here. So the connections. The captains out taking the toss. For Sligo, it was Ryan O'Donnell from Western Gales wearing number 6. And Tyrone, well, it was actually the number 17 who went in there and took the toss, and that's Killian Early. And we'll wait to see, but we've been told that the teams are wearing the numbers as selected, so it's the starting 15. So maybe he's a captain who's maybe injured or something. They're wearing number 17 today. I don't know. We'll see if he makes a surprise entrance at the start, but we've been told that there are no changes. Let's have a look at the team, starting with the Tyrone team. It'll come up on your screen now. And what do you know about these lads?
Tyrone, yeah, they're a very high scoring team. You know, I was looking at some of their scores earlier in the competition, and you know, they're scoring very, very heavily. You know, against Offaly they scored, we'll say, 416, and against Kildare, against Armagh they scored 320 and 516 again Westmeath. So that will tell you that the Sligo defence will have to be on their toes. You know, they have a very, very good inside forward line, and as you say, you know, they're on a pitch like that. You know, conditions are very, very good. Skillful hurlers going to shine on a day like that out there.
Yeah, they were out before the game and they look very impressive. Big group and very enthusiastic, and the competition's been good for them and they've been good for the competition. The one name that stuck out for me, number 11, Kieran McKenna, only because that name's been in the news a lot recently, linked with all the big soccer clubs. I'm going from Ipswich, but obviously not the same guy. But let's look at the Sligo team then, and starting with the goalkeeper, you have Andoni Oskos, who is the vice captain in goals. Ryan O'Donnell, as I say, is the centre half back, and then you have the toughies, number 9 and number 14, Rory and James Lynch up the middle as well at number 11. But you know these boys a bit better?
I know them a bit better, yeah, Jerome, yeah. There's a couple of them there would be on the dual players as well. They'll be on the Sligo minor football panel as well. Number 6 Ryan O'Donnell and number 5 Fiacre Haughey. I think there's a clash there with the fixture today, so they're obviously gone for the hurling match. But yeah, they have some, the one thing I noticed about it, Jerome, at this level in hurling, is I see there's extended panels, which is great to see. You'd see it in football, but back in the day when we were hurling, we were lucky to have a panel, and mine an extended panel, but it's great to see. That means there's an awful lot of lads hurling. And the spread of clubs, there's 5 or 6 clubs in both counties represented here today. Back in the day, it might have been only 2 or 3 clubs. So that goes to show you what the GPAs around the counties are doing.
Taking advantage of the beautiful weather here by staying out in the sun. That's why the crowd is over beside us for this game today. Blessed, as I say, to have fantastic sunshine for the game and perfect pitch for hurling. So let's see how these lads can showcase their skills. And it's a battle between the two number 8s just inside the Tyrone half. Eventually ball pops out and the referee gives a free to Tyrone on that occasion. So who are we looking out for here today, Paul?
Yeah, well, we're looking out, as you said, McKenna, they're number 11 for Tyrone. Does a lot of damage and a good score. And we're looking at Oisín Moylan at midfield for Sligo. His brothers play for the Sligo senior team. Sligo are actually playing with the breeze in the first half, have 1 wide and a chance for Tyrone now from the middle of the pitch.
So I would say he's playing into where the wind is coming from, so he needs to hit this direct and true. He doesn't though, but it's beautifully taken in there by the big full forward, and he hits the net. And it's Liam Griffiths, and he's from the Fintan club, and in the 2nd minute he's already delivered a hammer blow. And if that's a taste of things to come, we are in for a sensational game here. What a start.
Yeah, brilliant start. It's an old route, 1 ball in against the breeze, full forward, jumps out, catches, turns, rises it into the net, goalie, no chance.
And another brilliant catch out in the middle of the field, and it was by the number 12 Oisín Dehan from Turlestrand for Sligo. And I did mention the intensity. Well, that's helped ramp it up a little bit more. And that was the number 7. That was Oisín O'Reilly from Coolera Strand Hill, putting that in diagonally into the forwards, looking for the right corner. And that's great determined play by the other number 14. That's Luke Tuffy. Off he goes. He won his own ball and he's won his free as well. And Sligo heading back.
Yeah, great start for Tyrone into the breeze. A goal is a great boost, early in a game like that into the breeze. And of course, Sligo on the attack from the puck out and a free in now and a chance to open their account. Good work from Luke Tuffy because he actually got in the initial hook and then he got fouled for the free.
Is there any better sight in Gaelic games, whether it's hurling or football, than the big full forward going up and picking a ball out of the skies and lashing it to the net? Great goal.
It's a skill that's nearly gone out of football because of the way you're running back across the pitch. And sure, they're great half back lines in hurling over the years. We'll all remember them.
One goal to a point now, and it's one back again, and you see they're delighted to turn that one over. Absolutely delighted. And that's Sligo with their forwards working hard.
Michael McDonough got the first point, chance to get the second one. The two frees have come from Sligo. The forwards working hard, tackling the Tyrone defenders coming out, forcing turnovers, and a chance to bring it back to a point.
This is a good angle for Michael McDonough to put this one over and make it 3-2. And he does, and that has almost wiped out the goal.
Great score again, if young lads in an All-Ireland final, you think early doors there might be nerves. No nerves there from the first two frees.
None at all. These guys are already up to speed, there's no doubt about that. The ball just tips off the top of the boss all the way through to Rory Tuffy from the Western Gaels Club. And referee right on the ball. That is Aidan McAleer from Donegal, and it's a free to Tyrone.
Yeah, Cormac McAleen fouled there, and free here again. They're going route one again, I'd say.
That's Cormac McAleen indeed, and he puts it right in there. Doesn't get the height on it on this occasion though, and well, I think it's fair to say that Sligo have been warned.
Yeah, if you look at the two full forwards, Jerome, 14 and 15 for Tyrone, they're massive men for under 70s. Like the Sligo lads are going to have awful trouble in the aerially with them trying to cope with their physique.
Well, that's what we noticed when they came out for the warm-up, and they all had their tracksuits on, and there was about 30 of them, and they're all dressed completely in black. And the one thing we noticed, they're all big lads.
They're big men, yeah. And like they're under 70, not under 80, that we used to associate. Here they come again.
And they've won it again in there, and they've laid it off as well. And it is McAleen, the provider turned finisher, is he? Oh, the goalkeeper's got it. Just about second time of asking, he survived there. But definitely big goal threat at that end.
Yeah, big goal threat. And Sligo on the attack here again.
Yeah, this is McDonough. Good from a place ball on. He easily steps aside his man, and he has goal in his mind. There's no doubt about that. He gets shot away, just didn't get the power, and the goalkeeper Dara Cranny did well.
He did, and I think Michael had a man to his left there. A little pop pass, to be saying you'd be ruthless early doors. A pop pass would have been a goal, but I suppose he made the run and he saw the chance. But fair play to the Tyrone goalie. It wasn't an easy ball to deal with, and got out for 65, cleared the danger.
I don't think he ever had any intention of passing it.
No, I don't think so. I think he had a goal on his mind, and I suppose, look at if it went into the net, it would have been a wonder goal. And a chance now for the centre back here, Ryan O'Donnell, to throw over the equaliser.
Interestingly, the goalkeeper is from the Fintona club, and so is the goal scorer Liam Griffiths, and that's one of the clubs that has come good in hurling recently. As that one goes over and levels the scores at a goal to 3 points, and that's one of the pluses in Tyrone recently. The clubs like Fintona and Oma and Strabane have come good again in the hurling, so good to see two Fintona men to the fore early in this game, getting the goal and making the save at the other end.
Yeah, Ryan O'Donnell was that put over the 65 there. He got the winning point in the semi-final in the last puck of the game, so he's the shooting boots around for the two Sligo free takers, and of course, Sligo will be just looking now that full back line will have to come to terms with the physique and the hurling ability of that Tyrone full forward line.
And they beat Kildare 111 to 110.
Last puck of the game, I think they got the point from Ryan O'Donnell, so they're good in it. It shows they can win battles.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a good sign, and they're certainly battling earlier in this game, and they are showing a lot of tenacity and appetite for this game, as you would expect in an All-Ireland final. It is the Celtic Challenge All-Ireland. It's the Jerome O'Leary Cup final.
There was a late hit on Matthew Price there from Tyrone when he was taking his clearance out the field, and again the number 12 for Tyrone is Conor McAleen. He's coming back to take the freeze because he's obviously into the breeze going route one again.
Right, so you're expecting this to drop in and around and aim for those big lads, and he'll try and get height in this. But,
yeah.
I mean, if you look at the tricolour behind the goals, I mean, it's the trees are fluttering quite violently as well, so it has to be, it's a tricky enough one to put in there. and he's actually put that one over to the left, and the previous one went down to the right, so it's not so easy, but those have both come from this side. It was maybe easier to put it in from the other side.
It was. He probably he hit it too well now. Maybe he thought he was going for a point there, because as you say, it does feel breezy up here, but down pitch side the flags aren't blowing like they might.
Yeah, it's going, as I say, cross field, I think, but in favour of Sligo, playing from right to left. This is Malachy Leonard from Oma St Enda's, number 2, doing well for Tyrone. And that is nicely taken, or is it? It's spilled. It's the number 11, it's Kieran McKenna. Bottled up there, but they still are battling to get possession. Eventually, Tyrone ball.
Yeah, Tyrone ball. Kieran McKenna got bottled up. I think every time he goes near the ball, there's 2 Sligo men around him, so they've obviously identified him as a danger man. He's a light enough lad compared to the 2 lads inside, but when you see a light lad a centre forward, you know he is a skillful centre forward.
Right, we're anticipating again here. We're anticipating this one going in. If he gets a good connection on it, Michael Lane, what's he going to be like from there? Oh my goodness, what a brilliant connection, and it's even better than when he hit it from play. And the big fella has put it wide. Shea Monroe got on the end of that one, but great connection from the sideline.
Yeah, great connection. He McErleen there with his freezing line, because he looks to be a very, very good as sort of refers to a wristy hurler. He looks to have all attributes for his ball striking.
He really does. That's Killen Martin from Air Rogan, Carrickmore, number 10. And that is Oren Mullen from Airua. Oh, and he's got it through to Shea Monroe, and that's a lovely drop of the shoulder, not once but twice. And it's ended up in the net, and it's a second goal for Tyrone, and a beautiful finish. Liam Griffiths has got one, Shea Monroe has got the second one, and that was really all his own work. Beautiful finish, but he threw 2 dummies there at least.
A different type of goal to put it into the corner, and he won it and cut in along the end line and rifled it past the goalie. And again, we're saying that danger, that's the danger.
Big threat from Tyrone for goals. 2 goals already. They haven't even bothered with the points. Oh, and that's great tackling as well by the forwards, and it was McKenna.
What did they say? Take the goals and the points will come. Well, Tyrone are fairly living up to that one so
That's
far.
not the one I heard.
No, that's what we were always told, but we could never get them. But yeah, Sligo will probably have to do a little bit of homework on how they're going to manage that full forward line, because they're a serious threat every time that ball goes in.
Well, you mentioned the semi-final for Sligo, and the semi-final for Tyrone, they scored 5-16.
Yeah,
you can see why now.
Yeah, you can. You might get a big lad and he's not a great hurler, but them lads they're great hurling ability as well, and they're tall, and they're, physically they're way ahead of the 2 lads that are marking them, but they might come to terms with them. Early doors, when you get a fright like that, you kind of get a great cut.
And that's a good cut as well, but it's gone right through to Leonard, and Leonard sweeps up and shows great skill and determination to go through 3 challenges. Another big fella there at 16, that's Dara Sally from Oma, famous name in the Tyrone town. This is McKenna, and it's going to be a free in. The referee's going to bring that one back. And this is a really, really interesting contest. It's really lively, it's really busy, and there's lots of skill out there, and all the players going at it.
Yeah, and the last 3 or 4 minutes, Tyrone seem to be getting a little bit on top, Jerome, which is a little bit worrying from the Sligo point of view, playing with the breeze. They're tackling and they're harrying well, but hurling wise, and now a chance for Conor McElleen with his striking ability to put one over.
Yeah, we're right behind this one. Let's see if he can hit it direct, and it's gone to the left, I think. Started out good, but it's gone to the left. He's annoyed with himself, and they remain without a point, but they're 2 goals.
Yeah, 3 wides to Tyrone, 1 to Sligo. He struck it well, but it just tailed to the left, right at the death.
Well, that's that wind. It's going that way. It's going across, so it must have carried it. And it was late on when the ball was had lost the power.
When it left his hurley, it was going over, but it just tailed it.
Right in the middle of the field. Matthew Price unable to take it, but Gildernew is there instead. It's all one-way traffic at the minute, and that's nicely taken by Monroe. He's 1 goal, and there is the point. He's delivered a point as well. Tyrone are on fire early on.
Yeah, again, the ball in, Jerome, as a defender, what you do, if you go out in front, you're taking a risk because they're so big, but again, 2-1 from the full forward line, and Tyrone now beginning to turn the screw a bit.
But he's a lovely hurler, isn't he? The way he finished the goal, he dropped the shoulder twice in there. It's just a very languid style onto his left side, and there didn't seem any doubt as soon as he turned.
The goal was off his right side, the point was off his left side, so that goes to show you can hurl off both sides as a wide from Oisín Moylan.
Yeah, it was a lovely goal. He sort of dropped the shoulder on the left-hand side,
But he looks the size of a senior player out there, Jim. Look at us, you know, like I know the two lads in the Sligo backline. They're not small lads either.
Just to remind people, these are under 17. So some of these lads are 16.
Yeah. And it's free now for Ryan again. Ryan O'Donnell. He chance to bring it back to a 3-point game.
2-1 plays 3. Well, he put over one from the 65. This just outside it, so you put money on him, although it's going to be tight, you would imagine. Has he got it? Yes, he has. And goes back to his position after scoring the 4th point. Tyrone goes short to Price. Then they look to get it into the middle, but that's well read by Oisin O'Reilly. Oh no, hold on. I thought he had it, and now he's lost it, and it's Smacker Lane's away again, and he's having to chase him. Eventually got a hook on it, and they're calling for a free there, but the referee's not having it. Tough challenging from Sligo, and they get the turnover. And they were delighted with that, weren't they? They got numbers back and they were in there.
There was. I think the first one might have been a free, but the ref probably didn't see it properly. You know, there was a chop or a pull. But the one thing Sligo, you know, can be happy with is they're hooking and blocking. That is going well. But again, Conor McAleen here, he's winning a lot of loose ball, trying to set up that full forward line again. Sligo have 4 points from 4 place balls, where Tyrone's 3 scores have come from play. So that's probably the difference. 3 wides to 2 to Tyrone. So there's very little in it, like, you know. In a game of hurling, 3 points isn't a lot.
Of course. Michael Lane, though, I love his close-in hurling. The way he won that ball, he wasn't supposed to win that, and he made a challenge up here a couple of minutes ago as well to dispossess somebody as well, and it was a lovely hook.
Deft, he's a very lovely deft.
That's the word I was looking for. Tyrone clear the lines again, and again it's Michael Lane. And this time he's held up by O'Reilly, and the referee says fairly, so he won that one. That's turning into a very interesting duel between the two of them. That one spills, good determined play again from Gildernew, but James Lynch is there needing a bit of help because Tyrone are coming at them in waves and they're putting all the pressure on them. They're forcing them back, and eventually 2 shoulders go in and they've given away a free. It's a free for Sligo. This is some battle.
Yeah, it was. The first one probably Ryan O'Donnell seemed to be pushed in the back as well, but the ref is probably letting the last 2 minutes letting a little bit of stuff go. That's why the game was getting better. You know, there was a lot of frees early doors, but then eventually looked toughy. You got a clear push in the back and a chance for Ryan O'Donnell to clear the lines for Sligo.
He showed a yellow there to Christopher Gildernew, the number 9 for Tyrone as well after all of that. I'm not sure if that was a challenge or something was said. I know he was chatting to one of the Tyrone players a couple of minutes ago as well. Maybe it was a different player, I can't remember. And now he's consulting as well.
The foul didn't really justify a yellow, Jerome.
That's
so
what I was thinking.
Yeah, it must have been something before
or
that.
maybe it was maybe he added up. Maybe it was a previous one. I don't know. Or maybe he's just trying to calm it down a little bit. And now, after taking advice, he's going to speak to someone. And I think it's one of the Sligo players he seems to be calling over. So after we were saying he's letting it go, he's having to. But you have to lay down the law too.
You do. He did a flick out when he got the free. He flicked away. You know.
Yellow for him as well. That's looked toughy.
And like the way he flicked the hurley, you know, you can't do them things right in front of the linesman. But yellow, you know, would be harsh than enough.
But good work by the officials.
Oh yeah.
This is Ryan O'Donnell, the captain again, and you can see why he's the captain. The other number 6 is there, Dara Sally. Tyrone trying to clear their lines. Sam McHugh, number 4. Eventually just pulls on it, but is it going to go over the line on that far side? Not quite. Mullen is there, but he's got 3 Sligo men around him, and it's Sligo who get possession from that. As you say, they've 4 frees so far. They're looking for a score from play, and the referee is blown, and he's bringing it all the way back. So Sligo without a score so far. What would you read into that? Good Tyrone defence?
Good Tyrone defence. They had the goal chance from Michael McDonough as well, and I suppose the what you'd read into it is that they're not, when their advantage is given, they're not making taking the advantage, so it's come back for the free. But one thing about the pitch, it's very, very short, and it looks magnificent. It
has been extended, by the way. Has it? Well, it's been widened.
Yeah, widened. It is hard to get the ball up first early doors on a real flat pitch, and that's why the standard of line cutting has been exceptional. It's not easy to get a hurley under a very flat surface like that, you know. And that says more about the line cutting, how good they are. And there's number 5 for Michael McDonough.
5 for him, 5 for Sligo. 2-1 plays 5-2 in it.
Yeah, the Michael's third, and again a free again. But Sligo want to start getting a few scores from play as Tyrone come on the attack.
This is Gildernew. Puts it in low this time. Big full forward line, but that one goes in low. They're mixing it up. This is Gildernew again. He started it. He might be about to finish it. Has that just gone inside the post? It has. Tyrone's second point, and they stretch their lead.
Yeah, good score again. The full forward Luke, out in front of the ball, flicked it back, and into the breeze. Very, very good score. Just made it over the crossbar. Good score for him after getting a yellow earlier.
It was a good score. I mean, coming all the way from the back, it was good hurling.
Yeah, it was good hurling. Yeah.
That's right down into the middle of the field. Skids all the way through. Determined play by Sally, but still, it's Sligo who persist. With Conor Lenihan, number 13, looking for the other corner forward, McDonough, and he gets in behind, and that's a good ball across, isn't it? That was dangerous. Do you know, I think it just got a little bit of a nick of a hurl there on the way through, and otherwise that could have ended up in the net. So Sligo carrying their own goal threat now. Michael
McDonough looks lively inside, for he got the ball up early doors through the hand pass across, but it just, I think it was, as you said, got a flick. Here they come again.
They've scored 5 points so far. Is this going to be the first from play? It's not. They still can't hit the target. They haven't got their range from play. And down below us here, there's 5 Sligo men on the line. Well, the Tyrone look a bit similar. They're all wearing black, all the mentors today. But there's 5 men in black for Sligo down there. And they're looking at bringing in a sub here already, number 17 for Sligo. I'll come to that in a second, but let's follow the play again, because you cannot take your eyes off this game. And O'Donnell puts it in there for Sligo. And they've got it back to a 3-point game. That's an interesting ball. If he can do something here, the full forward, Tuffy. And he doesn't, because Ollie Daly has got back. But hold on. Tuffy's still there. He's been very persistent, and he's got his goal, has he? Oh, it's come off the post, and now it's ended up in the net, surely. And I think it has, and that's leveled the scores. Well, that is persistence personified if he's got that, because he'd no right to get that one back.
No, he just has used his persistence. We were saying it the whole game. They're hassling and hooking, and I think he kicked it into the net then, and it just about got over the line, but a very, very important score. And I think it was Edwin Rolston that they were warming up there, number 17. They might stop that sub now, when the goal has gone in.
Yeah, what do you think was the thinking behind that? Was it that they weren't getting the scores from play or not doing enough up there?
Yeah, possibly, or else they might have been looking at doing something with the full back line, or maybe dropping a man back in front of the 14 and 15, the two danger men for Tyrone, but the goal might have changed their minds for a few minutes on you.
Yeah, well, they were looking at a change after 17, 18 minutes. They weren't hanging around. O'Donnell again, always available, and he loves that ball. Direct, diagonal, into the right corner, looking for Tuffy, and finds him this time. Tough challenge coming in from Daly. And he nearly put him over the line, but Tuffy remained strong and got it back to Lenihan now. And is that one going over? It's gone wide. It's gone wide and remains a level game.
4 wides now to Sligo and 3 to Tyrone. So Sligo are beginning to get their shots off for scores, even though they're going wide.
Price puts it down the right-hand side here to Kieran McKenna. And the big full forwards there again. The twin towers are there. This time it's Monroe. He's away again. He loves to get on that left side. Oh, what a goal. 3 goals for Tyrone. This is turning into an absolute cracker in the sunshine. And Ballyshannon, it's Shea Monroe with his 2nd goal.
What do you do, Jerome? He's so big, strong and everything, and he just ran through like he's a serious hurler. And again, from his left-hand side, rifled it to the net, giving the goalie no chance. He looks a serious hurler, that lad.
He really does. 3 terrific goals, and just as Sligo had got themselves back level, it's like it was like the world title boxing fight a couple of weeks ago. You think you're on top, and then the next thing the other guy comes back and lands one on you.
Yeah, you're throwing punches all day, and next thing they go down and get the sucker punch. That's the way it is. And the one thing though is when you've good lads inside, you have to get the ball into them. And Tyrone are. We see it with David Clifford in football or Kerry. There's no point having great players inside, and you're going over and back across the pitch, and they're giving the delivery, and he's delivering the goods then when he gets it.
Is this number 17, you think, been lined up to go in to mark one of them, or is he a forward?
Well, that's where I'd be looking at. The immediate danger is in the full back line. They need to do some bit of repairs there, so I think that's what they might be doing.
And as a coach, do you go for a big lad in there, a shorter fella who can get in around him? What do you go for?
I don't know. A brain, anyway, number 1. A brain to read the situation right, that's the big thing. But the Sligo full back line haven't done a lot wrong. That lad is just an exceptionally talented hurler.
Well, look at the strength there, and it's ended up surely with a point, is it, or has it gone to the left? Yeah, it is a point. I mean, he put that over beautifully, but that came from the big fella there, more or less wrestling with 3 Sligo defenders.
Yeah, you see, and you're asking there what you do. If you drop a man back, then you're losing a man out the field. So the supply there's more supply going to be going in. So just Number 13 is gone.
It's tough on the young lad Lennon
Conor
been
Lenihan.
talking off there, and the
Yeah.
coach was having a word with him, but it's tough on him to take him off on a day like this. But you know, they've got to be ruthless, I guess. They see a problem there, but the quality so far has been pretty sensational and very, very exciting to watch.
Yeah, 3-3 from play for Tyrone, you know, and the inside forward line now they've got 3-3-1 from the full forward line.
Just watching replays as well. It's very hard to see on our monitor because the sun is so bright overhead here in Ballyshannon. It's hard to see, but it's not hard to see the quality out there and the terrific hurling, and Tyrone really have set this game alight at a blistering pace with some terrific hurling in there. And I don't know if they're dual players. I'm sure there's quite a few dual players, and they play football as well a lot, obviously, in Tyrone. But some of these lads have been absolutely outstanding, and as you say, really, really good hurlers, and looking as if they were born to play hurling, these lads.
And Edwin Rosen has actually gone into the forward line, Jerome. They haven't done, you know, they've left it as it is yet in the full back line, so it was probably just a change of personnel there.
But they're looking at another sub here, step forward. 18 for Sligo. Are they going to bring on another one, maybe?
Tomas O'Brien from Drumcliff looks to be getting ready.
Moylan running forward, number 8 for Sligo, trying to get them back into it, because you just felt Sligo had got back into it, and all of a sudden, as you say, the sucker punch, and it just has such a mental effect on a team. That
it has, and the big thing is too, it's into the breeze. You know, Sligo are playing with the breeze.
Now they're taking off Sean Harron, number 4 from Turlestrand, so maybe this is a defensive one, although the number 18 has gone straight out in the middle, but what they're doing is a positional switch.
Yeah.
So he's gone out, and he's actually going to centre half forward, it looks like, on Dara Sally. 4 is off, and 11.
James Lynch
is gone all the way.
He's gone in
back.
on Kieran
Well, no,
McKenna.
he has. You're right. He's gone in, and he's gone in on Mackerlane, is it?
Or Mackerlane, sorry.
He's
He's
gone in
gone
on Mackerlane,
man-to-man on Mackerlane.
Yeah. Well, you can understand that too, because he's been so dangerous. But this fella's been dangerous too. That is McKenna. Very strong, and this is Callum Jackson for Tyrone. We haven't mentioned him so far, and he gets in on the act.
Yeah, Callum Jackson, great point from out there into that breeze, just made it over the bar. But I suppose the thought of putting him on Mackerlane is he's the man supplying a lot of the danger, so stop the supply is what they're saying most of the time.
Well, so you've the two big lads have been cutting loose in there, and then you've McKenna and Mackerlane, and then Jackson pops up and puts over a point like that. I mean, that's some forward line Tyrone have. It's amazing. But what can Sligo do in their forwards? That ball played low into the corner, looking for Michael McDonough, and off he goes again. That's not the first time he's sped away from his man, and he's laid it into Tuffy. He's got 1 goal already. He's not going to get a goal this time, though. Tyrone closed the door that time.
An unbelievable hook by number 4 McHugh there on a certain goal chance for Tuffy. Certain second chance of a goal. Again, Michael McDonough looks to be a great danger man in there. He's getting the ball in his hand, and he's played off the last 2 hand passes as well. And I'd be getting more ball into him, no more than what the way Tyrone are getting the ball into their danger man.
Well, you said McHugh got the hook on him, but McHugh was also left for dead twice.
Yeah,
he had to come from behind to get him.
But it shows he didn't give up. He didn't, hang the head. Yeah. He followed. He stayed true to the team.
And it's a height difference there too. He's a shorter fellow, but as you say, he stuck to the task. And that one has gone all the way over the bar, just about, but it got there. It's another point for Sligo, 1-6 for them, 3-4 to Tyrone. And this game is so easy on the eye, it's unbelievable after 26 minutes of the game. This is Gildernew for Tyrone, but he loses out. It's Moylan on his left side. Oh, is this going over? Surely not. Surely not. No, it doesn't. It's well watched by the goalkeeper, Cranny, though.
In fairness, that was a very important block by Cranny. That was a dangerous ball. You can see them wound up in the net very a lot. There's Fikar Hawley coming on the ball now for Sligo.
It was great goalkeeping, absolutely. He had to watch it, and he did. And he cleared his lines. I thought it was going to go over. It would have been an outrageous point, but just didn't quite carry.
Fikar was pulled for Bergen coming out with the ball. It's one of those, is it or isn't it? You're in possession, but I suppose the referee will always, say a high challenge on the man coming to tackle you.
Oh, it's fair stuff, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a great game of hurling. And going back to the goalkeeper, if that ball ended up in the net, it's an awful blow to a team who are going wild against the breeze. So he has, when you're called into action, that's what you want your goalkeeper to be assured, and he did that very, very well.
This is Price from Owen Rua, and we all know where this is going. I don't think it's going to go over. It's going to drop in and around, and it does. The 14 goes for it, and And it's Oisin O'Reilly 7 for Sligo, and they're going to manage to clear their lines here, I think. Ryan O'Donnell, and he does. It's gone back to where it came from. But you just feel that I'm not sure if the goal would have knocked Tyrone back, to be honest, because their tails are up. They're loving this, and they're playing some great hurling, and they've amazing forwards.
They have, yeah. Like as you said, was a 5-20 they got in the last game, so it goes to show
5-16,
you. 5-16, and then Jackson there, he says I'm getting in on the act, and they're all well able to take their scores, and it's great to see like the spreading of the scores around the forward line. But Sligo are still in it.
There's somebody in the live chat that said, is this minor? Mikey wants to know. It is minor, but you'd think it was senior. Yeah. These lads are under 17, not under 18. There's the big fella at full forward again, Liam Griffiths, and he is going to get it to McKenna, is he? No, they're going to bypass him, and he put it over himself, will he? No, it's gone to the right, and it's gone wide. They've missed one. Yeah, 4 wides now to Tyrone and Sligo, and 4 wides as well, but yeah. They do look older than minor, and not alone it's under 17 minor. Before it was under 18. Exactly.
And there is an awful difference, in
course.
A year at that age growing.
Yeah, they're bigger.
Bigger, yeah. Again, they're
so
bigger.
The Sligo goalkeeper here, Andoni Oscos, where's he going with this? Tactically, what way are they trying to go? They haven't gone short at all, but they're just going in. And the Tyrone half back line have done very well under this. Yeah,
they're going long with the breeze. You see, they'll probably go shorter in the second half.
Oh, the timber goes flying, but who's got the ball? It's Tyrone who have it. The crowd are loving this game, and I'm sure you're loving it on the live stream. We're loving just being here in the sunshine of Ballyshannon. It's a terrific game, and Sligo going toe to toe with Tyrone, and every challenge for the ball is 100%, and that's a Sligo free on this occasion. But it really is mouth-watering stuff as another sub goes in for Sligo, and this time it's our number 19 Finlay O'Neill from Calgary St Joseph's coming in. So Sligo management not hanging around. That's 3 changes.
Yeah, 3 changes in the first half. Adam Roberts has gone off there, so as you say, he's not hanging around. He's getting the lads in. Now Edwin Wilson has made a difference since he went in. That's the second freeze after winning, and a chance for Michael now to close the gap.
Oh, he started left, and it hasn't come in. He didn't connect there at all properly. 3-4 to 1-6. It remains after 29 and a half minutes. We're in the last minute of the first half, and look at the Sligo players closing in there, and they've managed to hook that, and they've managed to get it, and they've a goal chance right at the end of the half. And well,
penalty, is it?
Is it a penalty?
Isn't
well,
that
the
the
referee
rule?
is blowing, and he's stepping forward, and he's got his book out. It would seem pretty obvious.
Isn't that the rule now? Once you're inside the 21, even though you might be in the square, if it's a goal scoring chance.
Well, what is he giving here? What's he signalling? Looks like a free to me.
I thought there was a rule. Wasn't there a rule that if you're in a goal scoring chance inside the 21, it's an automatic penalty?
Well, he didn't indicate at all there.
There might have been a couple of defenders back.
Up, maybe that was it. McDonough though won't miss from here. Just pops it over. 1-7 for Sligo. 3-4. That's 13 plays 10. But the goal threat was there. I mean, we talk about Tyrone threat all day long, but Sligo have had a goal threat as well. And they had 1 goal, but they could have had 3.
They could have had 3, and what a difference that would have made, as you said. The game would be a lot tighter. And but Sligo coming again.
3 subs in the first half for Sligo. Rory Tuffy is number 9. Have Tyrone got that back? No, they don't. It's Tuffy. Off he goes again. Does well. And he's looking for it again, and 2 Tyrone players collide with each other. And eventually the referee's going to hold it there, because that looked like one of the Tyrone players got hurt in that one. And he's just going to blow for half time, is he? And he is indeed, as we go into added time. We've not got too much, and that tells its own story about that half, because it was 100 miles an hour, but there was no messing about, and it was just no time wasted.
No time. It's hard to believe it's half time already. Yeah, Tyrone took their goal chance. Sligo didn't, I suppose, if you want to sum it up in two lines. But Tyrone inside forward line very dangerous. Mackerleen, number 12 for Tyrone, looks a serious hurler as well. Sligo still well in it. They've done a little bit of repairs. They brought in 3 subs, which is kind of unusual, barring injury, but they were all tactical subs, so still well in it. There's nothing. 3 points in a game of hurling is nothing, especially on a day like that. And the goals seem to be flowing.
That's the best half that I have ever seen in Celtic Challenge.
Yeah.
I have to admit, over the years, that's the best half I've seen from both teams.
From both teams, yeah. Sligo they're not playing. They're going well enough. You couldn't say the full back line is a bit of bother, but who wouldn't be with those 2 lads? They're fit for senior hurling. Those 2 lads inside, and the supply going into them from Mackerleen, and the Tyrone half back line. But Sligo have battled away, they're hooking, they're blocking, the spirit is good. They've got 1-7, probably need up the scoring stakes from play though. That's the one thing where, and into the breeze it's not going to be easy either, but still all to play for, and it's in the melting pot.
This just does seem to be, before we go off at half time, a Tyrone team that is really showing the benefits of the Celtic Challenge, because they've really accelerated in their development. They're a great example of what this competition can do for counties, and I was saying there's a lot of them are footballers, but they've got the hurling going and they get a bit of a sniff for success. They're getting regular games, they're playing every week for 3 weeks, and then they're in the round robin, and then they're getting the quarter-final, semi-final. The momentum's building, but these lads, they're not just lads just playing hurling for the crack. These are serious hurlers.
Serious hurlers, but like Jerome, over the last 10-15 years, the introduction of the Celtic Challenge, the under-20, the Laurie Maher, Christy Ring, Nicky Racker, Joe McDonough, all them competitions, like they're great competitions. Like from back in our day, the professionalism that's gone into teams now at this level, like 10-15 years ago, you could be wondering, going off, will we have enough lads on the square to make up a team of 15 going off for a match? But now, like, them lads are all doing strength and conditioning. You can see it in them, why they're so big and strong. And like, as I said earlier, the GPAs in each county, deserve great credit and great praise, because sometimes it's not an easy.
But it's also the professionalism of the competition, the way that it's been run. This is a serious competition. Everyone who's here today, who's watching this game, can see this is a great pitch. It's a great location. The whole thing's been done properly. It's it's not unprofessional in any way.
No, and of course the streaming as well is a very important thing. Like for it's getting coverage. And it's like it's up there now with football. And when as you said, like the way it's run today, it's like a festival of hurling all over the country this weekend with the Celtic Challenges. And long may it last. And little bits and pieces can improve it again. What's to be said about trying to get these finals into Croke Park if you could over the next number of years? It's every lad's dream to get to Croke Park, and that'll be an extra incentive, but I suppose that's for down the road.
We'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes time with the second half. We know you enjoyed that first half. We did. We'll be back shortly. Scorcher of a first half on a scorcher of a day, the 1st of June 2024, for this Electric Ireland Corn Jerome O'Leary Cup final. 23 going on for Sligo at half time. That's our 4th change of the game, and it's Jerome Finney, and he's going straight in to play at full forward.
Must be an injury.
Oh, well, Tuffy was in there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got the goal, so he must be injured. He's a bit lame now going across the front of us there, so it has to be an injury.
Oh, right, that must be it, yeah. And he was the danger. He got the goal and should have had another one. But they might get one without him because McDonough is there, and he's been very dangerous. Keeper does well. Is it going to end up in the net? No, it isn't. Dara Cranny from Fintona somehow manages eventually to get the ball away from goal, but only temporarily. It's coming back in there. Obviously 19 in there, one of 4 changes Sligo have made, and they do eventually clear the lines. What a catch from Kieran McKenna. Spectacular play from him, and they might get through. There's a man over here if they can find him. They've got him. It's Callum Jackson, and Jackson goes low. Keeper watches it, but on the rebound, surely I thought Monroe was bound to put that in. He might still get it away, and he does, of course. It's Monroe with a 3rd goal. The man from Air Rogan, Carrickmore. Persistence from them, but it was brilliant skill and tenacity and persistence. You've got the whole package here from Tyrone. A 4th goal for them.
A 4th goal, and we have to go back to Derry Cranley's 2 vital saves at the other end to keep Tyrone in it, because the goal for Sligo there would have been a big boost, but Derry Cranley made 2 unbelievable saves up the other end, and Monroe rifles in his hat-trick.
What does it do for a team when you keep getting hit with a sucker punch like that throughout the game?
Well, look, it deflates you, I suppose, in one way, but Sligo will keep battling that. But I have to go back to it. The first save that Cranny made off Michael McDonough, if you see it, I know see it in the replay, it was an unbelievable, like this goal, what do we say, match-winning saves, because a goal for Sligo there would have been a serious start to the second half. Come up the other end, that's the difference. 4 goals, Tyrone got 4, Sligo got 1. The
so it's 16-10, yeah, whereas it could have been more or less level.
More or less level, and the Tyrone keeper has made 2 or 3 great saves as well, and the Sligo keeper had no chance with that goal.
High for Sligo. Their supporters very animated at half time. They know their team can win this, but they've now got a mountain to climb, and they know even if they climb that mountain that Tyrone might hit them again. They get that ball into their forwards, who are so dangerous. That's going to be a free in. The referee has already signalled, and indeed it is a free in. The Tyrone forwards, on the other hand, they must feel that we can score any time here we get the ball up.
They can, and yet Sligo and Tyrone have both scored 8 scores, but 4 of the Tyrone scores are goals, and sure, that wins matches any day. And another sub, is there another? No, it must have been a blood sub. Luke Tuffy is back on again.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. How did he get a blood sub right at the start of the second half? I don't understand that. But anyway, yeah, Tuffy is back in there. Good spot, and number 23 is off for Sligo as that point is scored, and it's 4-5 now for Tyrone, and they just about have more points than goals now.
Yeah, and again we'll go back to it. The goals is what Sligo are probably going to need a goal or two to get over the line in this game, but Tyrone are going to keep scoring. Tyrone aren't finished yet. Well,
they've Tuffy on to get goals. At least he's back in, and that is going to the right and wide from Mackerlane. Big shout out, by the way, for the Air Road Carrickmore Club. Kieran McKenna's from there. Keelan Martin, number 10, is from there. Shea Monroe, number 15, is from that club, and as is Senan Monroe at number 7. So the 2 Monroes down the left-hand side, all from that club, and they've all made a big contribution so far today. And as you say, Paul Sievers, they're not finished yet, but this is high for Sligo. Surrounded and maybe dispossessed by Mullen as well. He's still going well. Oh, that's brilliant from him. Absolutely brilliant. And he's got away as well. That's great skill. But eventually the challenge comes in from Sally. Well, it's taken a lot of men to try and stop him. And the referee's going to have to settle this one by throwing it in. But
I played hurling with Faker Caughey's father there, Jerome. He never came out with a ball like Faker did there, I can tell you, with the skill he had. Unbelievable. He's made a good start to the second half. So free to Sligo now from halfway out the pitch.
And the crowd has come in so much to this game, and it's such a big crowd that we're actually looking over people's shoulders now to try and see the play. They must have heard there was a great game on here. Never mind the Rory Gallagher concerts and festival they have here in Ballycastle, or where am I going? Ballyshannon. And that's gone straight over.
Brilliant point, Ryan O'Donnell.
Yeah, well, he put a few over like that in the first half, didn't he?
Yeah, it's his 4th point, and great score, into the breeze, and he read it well.
On the break, Mullen for Tyrone. Surrounded and dispossessed, and it is the number 9 Rory Tuffy. Chance for Sligo, and they are going direct. They're putting it in there, and they're looking for McDonough. Batted down though. Tyrone defence doing well, but Sligo asking a few questions now. The man over is Dehan, number 12 from Turlestrand. Off he goes. He's got advantage, good advantage, and he's going low with it. I thought he'd go high, and it's ended up in the net. Little bit of fortune, unlucky for the goalkeeper. Whatever way it bounced there on him, it ended up in the net. But you get it on target, you go for a goals, and you can get lucky.
You can get lucky, the keeper made an initial save, but the ball rifled off the Hurley into the net, and a big goal for Sligo. Now they need to build on it.
Well, I was thinking they need scores from elsewhere, and Dehan really stepped up.
Yeah, and showed great skill to come across off the left and took a good shot, and he had no point on his mind. He had a goal on his mind from the minute he got the ball.
Makes it even more interesting. We've had 6 goals already in this game and 13 points, and lots of great saves as well. Yeah,
good saves. The goalkeeping has been very, very good. The free taking has been very, very good. So all the skills are there, Jerome. There's nothing lacking, and the spirit and the hooking and blocking and tackling. Tyrone, you could have said they might have got a bit lethargic when they went 6 points there, but no way. Look, they're battling back, and this is a vital free now. To put them back up 4 points again of a difference.
And as you say, that's nothing, and we've an awful long way to go in this Electric Ireland Corn Jerome O'Leary Cup final. 4-6 plays 2-8. Manager is Chris Cross. 14 years he hurled with Tyrone up until last year, and then they got him straight into management, and himself and Mark Winters have done a great job here in bringing Tyrone to this level, and he's obviously got a buy-in from all of the players. He said there's no drop-offs, even though a lot of them have football commitments, so he has gone straight from playing, Chris Cross, into managing this team, and he's got something good going here. All the players want to play for him. That is very obvious. It's a significant development with this team and significant development work in the county as well. As I said earlier, they really are a great example of this competition working well, and Jarlath Burns in the match programme today said it's an important stepping stone between Féile and Minor, a vital part of the GAA commitment to hurling. Sometimes boys don't make minor panels, but they're making these panels, and they're making a name for themselves here, and they're getting to wear that county jersey no matter what level it's at. They love to do that, and this is a fantastic level of hurling. They're really enjoying it, and everyone's really enjoying it, and they are showcasing their skills on the live stream and on a fabulous pitch here in Ballyshannon, and it's an absolute treat for hurling fans no matter who you are.
Brilliant point by Michael McDonough again there, and as you were saying, it's a treat, and panels, like there's 38 listed on the Tyrone panel, 33 on Sligo. That's 71 lads. It's unbelievable to see.
Good luck trying to pick the best and fairest award, which is what they have instead of the player of the match award. But even if you were trying to pick player of the match, it would be very, very difficult to do. There's been a lot of fantastic performances out there. I mean, Monroe obviously has scored 3 goals, and he scored a great point. But dare I say, he hasn't been in the game much apart from that.
No,
but when he gets in it, he's devastating.
He's had about 4 balls and got 3 goals and a point. But Sligo fought their way back into it now. There's only 3 points in it, and the Sligo management will be happy with the start of the second half, as Ryan O'Donnell has a chance now to bring it back to 2.
He's usually very accurate, and I think he's accurate again, and he has. The crowd loving that in front of us as we get a message in on the live chat from Jarlath Kerr, watching from Sydney, Australia, cheering on Kieran McKenna and the rest of the Air Og lads. And Kev Kelly says brilliant coverage. Girmai Ugat, thank you as well. Good to have you on board, and good to be able to bring this game live and free to view on the GAA official YouTube channel. It really is a treat, and you want to pass this on. Anyone who can't watch this game at the minute, tell them to go back and watch it later, because this is a real exhibition, and this really is the best of what these competitions are about. And the previous co-com was also called Paul. That was Paul Teague in the previous game, Paul, and he was talking about the Galway-Dublin line. Well, this is smashing through that line, isn't it?
It is, yeah, big time, yeah. No, it is. And here's McArleen now with a dangerous ball.
Well, high, funny enough, and batted away by Haughey. You were saying his dad was a fair player, were
His
you?
dad was wing back for Sligo and Tubbercurry over the years, and I think Fiacre, his son, is a little bit more skilled than Ronan.
Oh, there's another goal on here, is there? It looks like they're trying to get through, but Sligo have closed the door. Got a lot of black jerseys across, and Dylan Walsh clears his lines, but it's going straight back to a Tyrone player. It's going straight back to Sally. He gets a rude enough awakening there with that challenge there to put him to the ground, but referee says that's a free in, and it should be a point for Tyrone, but there are no holds barred.
No, and the Tyrone management be a little bit worried there, Jerome, now, it's back to 2 points, and Sligo, are in the ascendancy, but like these frees are important now, like
but they also aren't getting through for goals anymore.
No, like Sligo have kind of clogged in that, like Fiacre, he got a great bat on a ball there, and they've kind of clogged in the full back line, but eventually Monroe is going to get another couple of chances before the game is out, so Sligo are going to have to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Deehan got booked there, by the way. As this one goes over from the other number 12, that's Corbett McAlean. And Tyrone just sneak a little bit further ahead. But you just know there's a lot of twists coming in this game still. O'Donnell rather. Straight to the other number 6. Sally gets it, or does he? Spills it. Oh, and it's taken by the number 18, and this now is McDonough again. He's been fantastic. Great ball into to Tuffy. Tuffy's good for goal again. Oh! You just knew that was going to end up in the net. Sligo are not finished here. Their crowd below us are absolutely loving it, and the exhibition continues. An absolute scorcher of a game on a beautiful day in Ballyshannon. What more could you want? This is the best of the Electric Ireland Challenge Cup.
It's all about the pass though from McDonough to Tuffy, right across the goal. That was the ball that the Sligo full back line couldn't deal with in the first half, because if the ball is good you can do nothing. Tuffy grabbed the ball, turned the defender and rifled it to the net. Level game, and Sligo in the vicinity and a chance to go 1 up.
I mean, it's the best of the Celtic Challenge Cup, not the Challenge Cup. Forgot the Celtic bit there. So it's now 4-7 to 3-10. We're level. Or are we?
We're not.
Oh, boys, he doesn't miss, does he? Sligo are ahead. Well, who would have thought that after they conceded their 4th goal at the start of the second half?
Unbelievable point into the breeze too, Jerome, and his striking has been exceptional, and great score, and Ryan O'Donnell's point number 6.
How have they done this? Explain it to me from a hurling coaching point of view. What's happened here?
The subs have made a big difference, and Tuffy's coming through again.
He's looking for a 3rd. Monroe got 3. He's got 2. And it might end up still in the net. Tyrone survived. Tyrone are now hanging on. You know what this reminds me of? Usyk against Fury. Yeah. Fury was winning, thought he was going well, and all of a sudden he's on the ropes.
Yeah.
Tyrone are on the ropes.
A chance for number 18. No.
Oh, keeper has to watch it. And he does, and gets a free out as well.
To Moss O'Brien, but you're saying how did it happen? The supply has stopped going into the full forward line in Tyrone. That's number 1. And the supply going into the Sligo full forward line is better, and it's probably the supply that the Tyrone full forward line. So it might be easier to play into the breeze, Jerome, because the ball is holding up that bit quicker, and that bit in front of the goal. And great scores got though.
Absolutely. 3-11-20 plays 4-7 19 Tyrone for all their goals. Well, maybe you nailed it earlier on, Paul, when you were saying they weren't scoring enough points.
Yeah, well, that was it. Like I said to you there, that Sligo had 8 scores got and Tyrone had 8 scores got, even though the Tyrones were the goal. So, but like 3 or 4 or 5 points is nothing in a game of hurling. That's the big thing, It might be, it's a lot more in football than in hurling, because you can bang in 2 goals in hurling very, very quickly, and as has happened, and the tide is totally turned in Sligo's favour. And
credit to the Sligo management. They've had to be ruthless, and they have been.
Well, it's hard to take a lad off after 50 minutes in the All-Ireland final, but you have to be ruthless, as you said, and you don't get second chances, so if they see a move, to go for it.
Right. What can Tyrone do about it? It's Monroe again. He gets possession. Feeds it off, gets it back, Monroe, off he goes. He's done well on his left side. He leaves this one off to Gildernew, but not able to take it first time, and that was crucial because all the black jerseys swarmed upon him and they've turned it over. Dylan Walsh, number 2. He's been prominent in the second half at a time when Sligo have taken over and they've got their free out. And you see there, just one little slip, you don't take the ball to hand, or you don't get the ball played to hand, and all of a sudden you're punished.
Yeah.
Tyrone make a change, and guess what? They put someone in on Tuffy.
Yeah, again.
33 has gone in.
And I think it's Sam McHugh has gone up. They're making the move. The subs are coming for Tyrone now, and it's Caelan Grimes.
Caelan Grimes has come in. Bit tough on McHugh because he did quite well at other times, as you were saying. But Grimes is in, and he's another from the Aero Carrickmore club. And it just shows the way the game is going. Oh, they're taking that quickly, looking for Tuffy. And it's not going to work. Wrong decision. Yeah, there was a point. They've given up a point there to try and do that. They might still profit. Nope. Tyrone coming out. What's he given there?
Free out.
The first one, the second one? Oh, I thought, yeah, you're right. It's a free out. And Tyrone will be thankful for that. It'll be a little bit relieved there.
The importance of Tuffy not been off at the second half. We thought he was gone injured there at blood sub, because he's a very important player.
McDonough gets a yellow card.
The free though, Jerome, you're a point up into the breeze. It's a 35-yard free. Young lads, I know, but God, put it down and put it over the bar. Put you two up. Look it, he saw it. Young lads want to see something that's on the go for it. There's no fear, but
and Tuffy had just put one in the net.
He judged the confidence is there, but anyway.
If it works, it looks great.
Yeah, it's like the managers change us. If they work, they look great, and if not, everyone will be given out to you this evening.
This is the other full forward, Griffiths involved, but Sligo again have turned it over. Oh, hold on, Tyrone have got it back, and it's a nice slip to McKenna as well, but Sligo were just hunting in packs.
I think Sligo have dropped Fiacre back. He seems to be back more on the full back line, and he's coming out with a lot of ball, and I think it's an injury to McKenna, is it?
He's okay, he's on his feet, but yeah, I see what you mean. They put a player back, and every time there's a loose ball there's like 3 Sligo players converging. They've sort of put sommone in the gap there. Yeah,
and the previous pass, Monroe hit a great pass across to the Tyrone number 9, but he just dropped it. Them balls have to stick. You don't get a second chance in an All-Ireland final.
Still 1 point in it for Sligo. They're looking for Tuffy every time. They found Tuffy. Tyrone have their fullback over on him. That's Ollie Daly, but away he goes again. He is on fire at the minute, but he just doesn't have the finish. But he certainly got round his man easy enough, but not the finish. And that's a couple of chances wasted, you could say, by Sligo. A couple of good opportunities for them. Still the 1 point in it. Let me check the time. It's 17 minutes gone in the second half. Still plenty of time left for both teams. Tough challenges going in. Pressure on the ball, pressure on the man. That was Haughey that time, and I thought Haughey had maybe fouled there, the man on the ground, but it's Monroe. Monroe who's paying.
He just
right, okay.
I think it was. In fairness, now,
I was wondering.
Yeah, so. But I think Ollie Davey got a little hook in on that last shot by Tuffy, so he did. So I think that, in fairness to him, it was the cause of it going wide. But a chance now, Monroe.
You're right.
He might try this with the breeze.
It's interesting to see him all the way out here.
Yeah.
He would usually be on the end of this. Oh, he hasn't connected at all. Well, he might claim that's a great pass, and he meant that. That's the Gildernew, and he might finish it. Well, that's going to drop in and around the 13. Now, this is where Sligo have done really well in the second half. They've got numbers in there, and they've fought, and they've battled, and they've somehow dug the ball out, and they've done it again. Oh, brilliantly taken, though, and it's Monroe. He's on his right side. Oh, and he's not bad off his right side either. And he levels it. Yeah. What a game he's had. He's had only about 5 balls, and he scored 3 goals and 2 points.
3-2, yeah. He's come out a bit now because they're in trouble out the pitch a bit. He's come out, but he's such a big man, and he caught that ball and brilliantly put it over to level up the scores again. Dylan
Walsh, the number 2 for Sligo, does well there and manages to offload it as well. But it's now Sligo are under pressure, and it's Tyrone who are pushing and getting the decisions. This game has swung one way and then the other.
This great battle is going on all over the pitch now at this stage, Jerome. You're coming down the stretch in the final, and this is now where it needs most, where you need your big players, the Monroes, the O'Donnells, the McDonoughs, Tuffies to stand up, and Mackerleen. So it's going to be a very interesting last 10 minutes.
You're right, there are battles all over the pitch. It seems to be the Tyrone forwards are on top 1 minute, it's all about them, and the next minute it's about the Sligo forwards or the Sligo defence. It just swings, and there's a player getting a little bit of treatment there. He took his helmet off, and the referee is just allowing for that, and it just brings a little bit of a lull to the proceedings, that it feels almost like a water break back in COVID time, although there are not too many water people going on. There's one over to the right hand side there, just trying to get a little bit of water on board. That would be a good idea at this point, getting into the last 10 minutes of this game. With
the heat, like the biggest factor in the game I think that has changed is the Sligo defence have got to terms with the Tyrone attack, you know, and then Sligo have got the scores off it, but the defence getting to terms with the Tyrone attack has been a major plus in why the teams are level here as we come down the stretch.
We have a couple of games tomorrow, Paul, down in Nolan Park in Kilkenny, but they do well to play as well as this, or give us an exhibition as well as this, and there's a goal, and is it Munro again? Yeah. It is, it's 4 goals for Munro. Well, there's the famous Raymond Munro from Carrickmore. I wonder if there is a connection. There's a Senna Munro at number 7, but it's all about Shea today. 4 goals and 2 points, and he puts Tyrone into a 3-point lead again. What a superb individual performance today here in Ballyshannon.
Yeah, Aldrin Mullen took a shot for a point. It looked to be going wide, but the Sligo defender battered it back into play. Probably should let it go wide, and Munro rifled it to the net with a great shot.
Here's a high one going in, looking for Griffiths again. You know, I just felt the last couple of minutes that Tyrone were starting to impose themselves again. They got a goal. Now they're looking for another one. Surely not. And it's still in. No, it's not. But 5 goals from Tyrone, 3 goals from Sligo, and 19 points in the game as well. And you just cannot take your eyes off it. And as you say, the standard, the level that it's been played at is just fantastic.
Fantastic. Like a ball hopping around the square there, like you will not get. Would a fella like Munro around as another wide comes here. A fella like Munro around, you just can't give him space like that. He's 4-2 got, and you know, he's definitely put in a man of the match performance so far.
They don't have a man of the match award. They have a best and fairest.
Our man of the match. our best
but
and fairest.
But I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. No, yes. Like, it's a great tally for a young lad to get in the final.
It really is. John O'Brien says, come on Sligo, tight game, keep the faith. So lots of messages coming in there, and a big crowd. You always know you have a good game when the audience builds and builds throughout the game. Word is getting round. But a lot of people out and about today, a lot of people here at the game as well, of course. But a lot of people should go back and watch this game.
Yeah, great game of hurling. And as you said, the crowd is like the crowd, all the terraces. Tyrone go another one.
McErlean again. And that's what Tyrone scored about 1-2 without reply, I think.
It's ebbed and flowed. The scoring has come on blocks. You know, Jerome has come on. Sligo got a block of scores, then Tyrone have gone back to get.
They might get another one. It's Gildernew. He got one a minute ago. He's got another one. Gildernew from Owen Rua. Christopher Gildernew, the midfielder for Tyrone, puts him ahead further. That's a 1-3, I think Tyrone have scored. And if you go back, Paul, 5 or 6 minutes, you were talking about, you were lamenting the chance that Sligo had from a free, and they went short, and then they missed another one. He was hooked, you know. They now seem even more important.
Turning points, like Sligo the chance to go 2 up, and now look at the scoreboard as the ball comes into Tuffy again.
Is it Tuffy's turn? Oh, he's got a man over as well, and it's Deehan who got a goal a minute ago. He wants to get on his left side, I think, goes low on his right. And he just didn't have the same power as he did of his left, and the goalkeeper dealt with it just about.
He did just about, but a very, very hard ball to deal with, Jerome. And, you know, a bouncy ball in them conditions, bouncing right in front of you, and in fairness to the keeper, he got it out for 6-5, because then they can end up on the net awful easy. But
well, it did a while ago. That's why I think he was a bit nervous there.
Yeah, he was. And, like, when the goalie makes a mistake in a game, you know, then he's worried about the next 2 balls that's coming in, so he has dealt with it very well. Now, can Ryan O'Donnell close the gap again?
But Tuffy is some target man too. 24 is on for Sligo, by the way, and 24 for them is Paddy Healy from Drumcliff. Ross's Point. Well, you're asking the question about O'Donnell, and of course he's put it over. That's real leadership from the captain, just to get them back on the scoreboard. 5-10 to 3-12. I keep looking at it and think, hold on, how do you add all that up? 25 plays 21, is that right? 25, yeah. 21, 4-point lead.
Yeah, and
29 in for 11, is that for Tyrone? Is that McKenna's off, is it?
Yeah.
It is McKenna, 29.
Connor Phillips is on.
No, 29. Was it not 29?
29, sorry, Rory Woods.
Rory Woods, yeah, from Errol Carrickmore. And I think another one has gone in there as well. Yeah, 29 is in for Tyrone.
McKenna's gone off.
24. Did he not go on a minute?
Yeah, he came off again. He came off again, and he's.
Oh, maybe he didn't get permission or something. Was that it? Well, anyway, James Lynch is off to number 11 for Sligo. Yeah,
James. Okay. Yeah. He had gone back to the backs earlier in the move and in the game, but he's come off now.
Okay, I think that's us up to date.
Paddy Healy.
Just over 5 minutes And, you know, at the end of the first half, there was hardly any added time, and there mightn't be much this half either. It's been played at such a pace, and we're not waiting around for 2 minutes for every substitution. It's been brilliantly officiated and managed, and the players have just got on with it, and they've done themselves an awful lot of credit. And I know it's going to be a cliche, but there's no losers from this one. There really aren't. It's been a fantastic day for hurling.
Yeah, brilliant occasion, you know, great game of hurling to boot, you know, to match it, and very delicately poised. Tyrone just holding it now, but Sligo, you know, are very dangerous and get the ball into Tuffy and McDonough.
They're not dead, and they go really long as they possibly can, but it feels like Tyrone have 2 men back there now on Tuffy.
They've dropped back, you know, they have the lead, so they've dropped back a kind of a sweeper just to mind the house as Tyrone come again. That's
a bit of a gift to Price, and he does well to pick out Monroe, who has come well out the field. He's going for his own score, and that would be a monster of a point from there, and he doesn't quite get it, but he didn't hang around. He actually had men ahead of him there, you know.
He had men ahead of him, but I think he was trying to put them 3 up, you know, in fairness, with downwind and all. 19 for 13.
19, Keelan Lloyd from Omas and Endis coming in for Tyrone, so another switch for them. They're emptying the bench, and you want to see as many players getting a run out on this big day as possible. He comes in for Jackson.
Jackson got a great point in the first half too. You know, brilliant score. He had a great game, and he did his county proud today. Fair play to him.
Yeah, he'll be putting that wee point of his up on TikTok or whatever they do these days.
He'll be saying that was the one that won it.
Yeah, well, it could be.
It might be.
It could be. It's 5-10 to 3-12. There's been a lot of scores. Yeah. 8 goals, 22 points. And many of them have been memorable. A real rip-roaring game, and this is Oisin Moylan trying to carry the game back. And, you know, most revivals seem to start from good, tough, scrapping, fighting like that around the middle of the field to try and get their team going, and then there's a bit of magic.
Ruck balls, we call them, you know, you get in, and that's where, you know, you have to get come out. When you're coming out with balls, it's a great boost for a team and a chance for Ryan. It might be just outside his range into the breeze. Yeah,
but that could be dangerous if it drops in there. I think he's got the distance though. No, he hasn't, and it could end up in the net. Deehan's there, number 12, looking for a second goal. Cranny does well. That was more dangerous because it dropped right under the crossbar, and that could have been Sligo getting right back into it. Instead, it's Tyrone trying to keep the ball in. It's that man Monroe. Oh my goodness, what a game he has had. There was 3 men on him. He was hugging the sideline there, and I think it actually went over the line. They've now called it back. I thought he'd somehow managed to perform there and swing on a sixpence.
Oisin Deehan has had a great second half too for Sligo, Jerome. You know, he's got a goal and he 2 other great cut. Now there was a great block on him or a hook on him because he threw the hurley up and he tried to bat it in. You know, good thinking for a young lad. You'd think he wouldn't be thinking of that, great hook, and again Canny came out with the ball. But you know, it's going to be a last interesting couple of minutes now to see can Sligo pull it out of the fire. 4 points in it.
Oisin Moylan drills it in there, looking for McDonough. It spills though for Leonard, and he's fouled, and a relief for Tyrone. They are going to clear their lines, and I think, you know, Tyrone have only conceded maybe 1 point in about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and that's been crucial.
Since the last goal, you know, Tyrone have turned the screw, and you know, when Monroe stood up.
Before that, then Sligo didn't take the free, they put it over the bar, and then the hook that you were talking about as well.
So little things like there's still have 15 scores each got, but Tyrone have 2 more goals extra got. But the free, I'll keep coming back to it, you know, because things changed an awful lot after the free.
Time is not on Sligo's side, and they may go further behind here. That's on target. It isn't, but you have to applaud the skill there and the effort.
Rory Woods.
It was a super effort, and that one goes low. Interesting change of tactic there, and it's Moylan. Now they go long, and of course the target, whether they go short or long, is Tuffy. Oh, and look at the way he eases past defenders. Is there a goal here? They're 4 down. They need a goal. He bats it down.
65, is it?
Oh, how did that not go in?
The keeper saved it.
Wow.
He did everything right, but
those are so hard to save.
Yeah.
When they bat them down.
Yeah, you see, it's gone over. You can't hook, you see. You can't when you bat them that way. That's to stop a fella hooking you. But Tuffy has had a great second half. You know, they've exposed him inside and got the ball in front of him. The full back is having a nightmare.
I thought that was certain to go in.
Yeah.
And that would have put 1 in it.
1 in it, yeah. And three minutes gone up for injury time.
Yeah, so we've about 45 seconds of normal time and then 3 minutes. So nearly 4 minutes still to play in this game as O'Donnell puts it high. Where's that going? It's batted away by Tyrone. They've had all the answers defensively, to be fair, and it's ever since they brought on the number 33. Not that he's the only one to get the credit, but since he come in, they seem to have got the number there of Sligo defensively with a bit of fortune as well, and now they might prosper at the other end because the one-on-one.
Late hit.
Referee's bringing it back for a late hit, and that'll suit Tyrone, not just because they get the free, but it just kills the game.
That was an unbelievable bat out there. I think that was Monroe back in the full back line that might have batted that. I think so,
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, such a bat, like it's like a smash in tennis. The way he just didn't bat it in front of the goals, he got it away at 10 yards. And to clear the danger, because one thing Tyrone don't want it going down to a one-score game, coming into injury time. 21 for Sligo is coming on now is Liam Hargaden.
Where's he from?
He is from the Upnevon in Sligo Town Club.
John O'Brien says big hunger in Sligo for this, keep it up. And Eddie is watching from Timor and Fermanagh. Danny Grant, come on Tyrone from Perth in Australia.
Rory Tuffy is the man to make way for Hargaden, so Rory Tuffy's had a great game too, worked his socks off in them conditions in that heat. It's not easy to do, Jerome, to go for 60, 63 or 4 minutes.
Absolutely. Now, 5-11 plays 3-12. It's a trying to add all that up again. Is it a 6-point game?
Yeah,
it is.
26 to 21.
5-point game.
Yep.
5-point game. O'Donnell though for Sligo. Oh, and he gives it straight to the other number 6. You could see where he was going with it, but the Tyrone man stood in the way, and he is knocked to the ground, but got the ball away. There are no holds barred at all. Lots of tough challenges. It's a free for Sligo. There's 2 Tyrone men down, but it's a free for Sligo, and O'Donnell will step up here, and he is more than capable of putting this over. If he gets that 4 points in it,
anything can happen. And
but they're running out of time, Paul.
It's not a 5-point game, Jerome, even though at stages it looked as if Tyrone might pull away, but Sligo fought back. It's not a 5-point game at all, but hopefully now Ryan can bring this back to 4.
Yep. When you say hopefully, you're Sligo, yeah?
Yeah. That's it, from centre back. That's his 8th point.
I'm a totally unbiased Tyrone man on commentary here.
Well, I was just hoping we might get a bit extra time or something, on the sun.
Oh, hold on. There's Tyrone man down. I didn't see what happened there, but he seems in an awful lot of pain.
Yeah, I think
the referee doesn't know anything about it. He's allowing treatment, but he wants the game to continue.
He's all right.
I didn't see what happened there. We'll get on with the game. Looking at the clock, 62:07, but there will be and a pull in the jersey by Moylan. Referee gives advantage, and there's Tyrone men through here. The keeper has got 3 men coming at him. Referee will bring it back, and again this plays into Tyrone hands. And Sligo's chances of a dramatic finish. They now need 2 scores. Don't see it coming.
No, and to be honest now, you don't really, and one of them needs to be a goal. And the likelihood is Tyrone are going to stretch it out by another point here with this free. And as Drew say, it could be the insurance score.
And the difference in the end, probably just Monroe's extra goal threat and power.
Goal threat and power, and he threw in a couple of points along with the 4 goals he got. It's a great return, a great haul for a lad in a final.
This is McErlane. Is he adding insult to injury? He does. That's fantastic from the young fella, right out in the middle of the field, and he's quite a slight build, but it's all about the technique, isn't it?
It's all about the technique, and he threw it over as Conor McMurray comes on.
31,
yeah,
for Tyrone, and his club is Niamh Colmkill.
So, and I think the initiative, you're allowed to bring in as many subs as you want, obviously. That's another important initiative, like not limiting it to 5.
Tyrone looking to finish with a flourish because Gildernew has it, going for his own score. He's taken some great scores from distance. He's taken another one, and that should just about do it for Tyrone. And I say that with some nervousness because of the way the game has gone. It's now 2 goals in it, and the whistle goes at the end of one of the best games you will ever see at any level of hurling. It's the 2024 Electric Ireland Celtic Challenge Cup final, and both teams have played magnificently. Tyrone will take the cup, the Corn Jerome O'Leary Cup, but hurling has definitely been the winner today.
Unbelievable scenes here for Tyrone, brilliant game as you say, and great sunshine, massive crowd, and what a game, 5-13 to 3-13, great performances on both sides, it's heartiest congratulations to Tyrone in Monroe and in the full forward line. They have found a true gem, we talk about David Clifford in football or Patrick Horgan, or he's up there with anyone as good as we've seen, I've seen 4 goals and 2 points. For Sligo, disappointed, backs came into it in the second half, Figure Cahill going back made a difference. McDonough, Ryan O'Donnell at centre back preserves special mention. McDonough and Tuffy up front, but the aces in the pack when push came to shove. Those questions were asked to Tyrone with 10 minutes to go going down the stretch, and I think we said, will our leaders stand up? And they did. And Monroe, Mackerleen, and Gildeness at midfield. He got a yellow early on. He burst into the game then and got 3 great points from midfield, and probably overall deserved the game, but probably wasn't a 6-point game.
No, I think you're absolutely right there, to be fair. And Sligo, of course, they led with about 15 minutes to go. They were ahead,
They were ahead, and the free. Remember, we kept on about it, the free to put them 2 up, and they went for a quick one. Little things like that, they're only young lads. There'd be no blame attached to it, but just sometimes, what you do is you put the ball down, you take stock into the wind, you're a point up, put ourselves 2 up, and reset for the puck out. They went for the short, and it didn't work. And I don't think Tyrone looked back after that free. They came up the field and got the scores.
But it would only have put 2 in it. Was it that, or was it the mental thing? Was it Tyrone just thought, okay, they're not getting away from us?
Well, Sligo were on the ascendancy at the time, and they went 1 up, and then if that put them 2 up into the breeze, and like Tyrone were beginning to waver a little bit, and to go 2 up then would have made a difference. But at the end of the day, from that, Jerome went up and got a goal and a couple of points and turned the tide and never looked back. And it was a great game of hurling, 5-13 to 3-13. 8 goals and 26 points shared. And as I say, probably the only thing is it wasn't a 6-point game.
Tyrone in the semi-final scored 5-16. Today they've scored 5-13.
Yeah.
And before the game I was saying there was 30 lads out there in all their black tracksuits that looked the part. And you look over there in the middle in that huddle and they're all celebrating here. They've done this the right way in Tyrone. It's not a case of going to a football sort of setup and saying, can we have a couple of lads here to stand in for a hurling game? These guys have come along, they bought into it, whatever Chris Cross has done in his first year in management with Mark Winters, and they've come along and they have applied themselves. They've obviously got the backing from Tyrone, which is great to see in a mainly football county, and they've got a bit of momentum here and they've loved this competition. It's been great for them. There's been meaningful games, regular games over the last 5-6 weeks, and they've come through with flying colours and they've recorded a memorable victory today, and their development has been accelerated through this competition and with this competition, and it's great to see, and it's a great reward for clubs like Oma St Enda's, Fintna, for Strabane, and that's actually a club that has come back into hurling, and it's also the club of Kieran McLaughlin, who is going to make the presentation in a minute. So an awful lot of positives for Tyrone hurling.
An awful lot of positives, and like it's the days, the bad old days in hurling in counties where you're throwing a team together to go out and take part in the competition is gone. These teams are, they're ready to get from underage, they're doing their strength and conditioning, they're on development programs and the whole lot. And it showed in it today with both sets, 33 lads tagged out on both sides. And the GPAs in each county deserve great credit because they need buy-in from everyone to help them. They can't do it all themselves. I'd say your heart could be broken trying to get help and getting lads in to get hurling, but both sets of players, management and everything, and the officials today deserve a great mention too, Jerome. They let the game flow, the referee had a great game, and that's what led to such a great game of hurling.
Number 17 has gone up to receive the cup. Now, he didn't play, obviously he's injured, and he was the man who went in and took the toss, and I'm just looking over at him standing beside Kieran McLaughlin, and Kieran looks like a wee fella beside him. He's another giant.
He's a giant.
That's Killian Early.
Killian Early, he obviously was injured coming into the game. Another big man, and he's probably injured, but it's great that he took the toss and that he was able to tug out on the day, on the occasion, and he'll accept the cup now and for a triumphant Tyrone team. And
there's also, as I say, a best and fairest award as well, and that will be given out before the cup, so I'm interested to see who gets that. And this is Kieran talking now.
Can actually put your hands together to both teams come up with a wonderful endorsement of the Celtic Challenge competition. It was a wonderful day for hurling, and it was a game played with great heart and determination, and it was played with great hunger by both teams. So well done to them both. The Sligo just now come up a wee bit short, but your efforts in that second half prove how much commitment you have to hurling in your county and prove how much you want to be winners. So please do keep up all the hard work that you're doing in Sligo for the sake of our national game. To our referee Ian McAleer, thanks very much Ian, and to you and your team of officials. Without referees we'll never have games. And to the Ballyshannon clubs for hosting the game today, and just then finishing off. In this competition, there's players and best players, and in this game today, Shane Monroe is collecting that score.
No arguments.
Well, I don't know, could you call it the fear of scoring 4 goals on 4 Sligo, but yeah, no, there's no arguments. He looks the star of the future, that man.
You couldn't go past him.
No.
It gives me a small honour to calling the Jerome and Captain Tyrone, Tierney.
Tyrone man handing over the trophy to a Tyrone man, and lots of Tyrone hurlers there. Big group of them all enjoying this, and hopefully it'll be a big boost for hurling in the county. And Killian Early goes down with the cup to their supporters on the pitch. They're all going to follow him, get their photograph taken, and everyone will want to snap, and they'll all look good in the sunshine here today. So we should probably look at wrapping it up with Paul Sievers as well, and stress the positives, and it was all about positives today for both sets of players here on both counties. And as Kieran said there, this is a real endorsement of the Celtic Challenge competition. All 6 finals this weekend. We're doing another 2 tomorrow down in Nolan Park, and we've had 2 here in the sunshine in Ballyshannon, and we are looking forward to a couple of crackers here or tomorrow in Nolan Park as well. We'll be bringing those to you on live streams as well, but you'll not get better than this one. This has been an absolute treat today, and as a hurling man, Paul, it must do your heart an awful lot of good.
It does my heart good, yeah. And I was just thinking of young Monroe there, 4-2, and it led me to think of the late great Damien Casey, the Tyrone hurler. You know, the scoring he was doing for Tyrone over the years, and this man, when you have a lad like Monroe coming through, and he's going to be, his name is mentioned in the annals of the Damien Casey's name, well then, you know that you've got a special lad on your books, and they'll look after him. And commiserations to my own County Sligo. You know, they gave it a great game. You know, it takes 2 teams to make a great match. They fought all the way, brought it back, took the lead, but just at the end of the day, slightly better team Tyrone, and Monroe the hero, and hearty's congratulations to them. But hurling was the winner, I would have to say, you know, at the competition and the way the whole day went here today.
There's more people taking pictures there than in the pictures. Everyone's out there. I call them the parents paparazzi in there, although I see big Oliver McVeigh in there as well, taking his photographs, the official photographs, and then all the parents out trying to get their snaps, and then there'll be all the club snaps as well, and they're important too. And there's a picture with Kieran McLaughlin as well, with the 15 and the 17, and that's Shane Monroe in there with the captain, Killian Early as well, and a nice snap there with Kieran, as I say, a Tyrone man, enjoying that moment. And all the clubs, as I say, getting a big mention: Arrow, Carrickmore, Owen Rua, and then the other clubs that have really come good in hurling the last few years: Oma St Enda's, Fintona and Strabane coming again as well. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 other clubs there, Neve Columkill, that should get a mention as well, for example. But overall, there seems to be a case of hurling on the rise in Tyrone, and this competition has facilitated that. They've been good for it, it's been good for them, and hopefully we'll see all of these lads playing lots of hurling going into the future, Paul, and that's got to be, as we sum it up completely, that's got to be the aim for both sets here.
Oh yeah, bring it now, you know, bring that into what they've done today, bring it into the under 20, and then into the Larry Maher, Nicky Racker, Christy Ring and Joe McDonough's, you know, progression. Like hurling, you know, the competitions is what keeps lads playing, you know, keeping lads interested. Meaningful competitions, but proper coverage. You know, good management structures, you know, proper strength and conditioning, getting lads looked after with gear and all that kind of stuff. That's beside the point. But bringing professionalism to the game of hurling, like it is in football, and looking at it here today, it is very, very much on a par with football. And I'm sure these boys will be gracing, both sets will be gracing Crow Park at under 20 or senior level in the not too distant future, if looking at today is that to go by.
And that's exactly why Charlotte Burns, the GAA president, in the programme for this game said that this competition is a stepping stone. And it's exactly what it is, between Fela and the likes of under 20 and on into seniors. So it performs a crucial role. It's a significant link in the process, and that has been very, very evident today. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We know you've enjoyed the coverage. We've enjoyed it. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here. So congratulations to Tyrone, commiserations to Sligo, but what a day, what a beautiful day, and what a great game of hurling we have had. From us all in Father Tierney Park in Ballyshannon, it's goodbye.